स्वभावचिन्मयानन्दं कृपापूर्णं जगत्पतिं हरिषड्वर्गजेतारं नित्यानन्दगुरुं भजे.
All the spiritual scriptures can be classified in three ways. One is Shastras, means the books which gives you the clarity about the aim or the goal of the human life. Shastra means the book which teaches you how to live, what is the purpose of life, what is the goal of the life, which gives you an intellectual understanding about the ultimate, man, God, life. All your major questions are answered intellectually, logically. We go on. We can put any type of questions. You will have the answer. Logically you will be convinced to follow the ultimate path, that is Shastras. There are so many hundreds of examples we can give. Which is Shastra, even 10 commandments. They are Shastras. The books which gives you regulations, do's and don'ts, Vidhi and Nisheda. Do's and don'ts, which tells you what has to be done and what should not be done, which guides you in the life. It is called Shastra. There is another kind of literature which is Stotra. The man who realized the ultimate, the man who has experienced the truth, the person who had the glimpse of the divine love, the divine experience, or his self, who has seen the reality. He expresses his joy. It is called Stotra. You worship, you surrender yourself to the divine. That is Stotra. The literature from heart. Literature from head is Shastra. Literature from heart is Stotra. There is another kind of literature which is called Sutra. Means which gives you the technique to reach that state. Shastras gives you intellectual understanding. Stotras give you emotional feeling. Sutras give you being level experience. Shastras are like signboards. You need them. Shastras are like signboards. Intellectual scriptures which explains about the basic things of life. Stotras are things which helps you to surrender to the divine. The glory of the divine is expounded in Stotra. The third Sutra is a literature which gives you the technique to achieve the devotion or the enlightenment. Shastras by themselves cannot lead you to enlightenment. They can be a good support. They can take you to an enlightened master. Till that point, they are great. They are real help. Stotras. Again, stotras are spoken from the level of emotion, feeling. Stotras should be an expression of your feeling. When you have the deep feeling, you just express it. It flows through your being. Your whole being is flowing. That is stotra. The third thing, sutra. Sutra means the technique which helps you to achieve the goal of the Shastra or goal of the Stotra. Goal of the Shastra is Atman. Goal of the Stotra is God. Of course, both are one and the same. Two different paths. There are people who are intellectual oriented, who are centered on logic, analysis, calculation. For them, for that kind of mind, you need Shastras. You need intellectual scripture. There are people who will not do anything unless they are intellectually convinced, unless they are clear about the whole thing. Of course, we cannot say they should not come for spirituality. There are many scriptures, the stotra level scriptures, which says don't come inside unless you have faith. But I tell you, you should see, you should look at the man with little more compassion. You can't put the faith as a main criteria, first criteria to enter into the spiritual life. If you put faith as the first criteria to enter into the spiritual life, you are almost refusing to give spirituality for 90% of the human beings. It is not very easy to believe anything immediately. You cannot believe, and especially in the modern days, the word believe, faith, all these words are outdated. These words can't have any more meaning. These words are totally out of our life. You can't say only a person who believes, who has got faith, he can come to spirituality. Spirituality should be given for every being. We should create a system through which we can reach every individual. Our Vedic seers, rishis have created shastras, scriptures, which will give intellectual understanding. Logically, you will be clear of what is the path, what is the goal, why you are asked to do all these things, what for we need spirituality. All these major questions are answered intellectually in Shastras. Shastras gives you a basic understanding what is exactly life, what for we are here. All your questions are analyzed intellectually, logically. The conclusions are given to you. We need to understand few things about the Shastras. Shastra is a scripture which completely takes away all your doubts. Samsaya Rakshasa Nasa Mahastram. Samsaya is a Rakshasa. Please understand. Samsaya is a Rakshasa. Doubt is a devil. Once the doubt enters into your mind, till you are cleared, you can't sleep. You can't rest. Shastras helps you to get rid of these doubts intellectually. One thing you should understand about the intellectual clarity. Unless you have a complete intellectual clarity, even if you believe, your belief will be pseudo. Please be very clear, your belief will be pseudo. Anybody can shake your belief. Anybody can shake your faith. Your faith will not have a strong base. Your faith is almost a building without foundation. If you build without foundation, what will happen to the building? The same thing will happen to you if you don't have the base of Shastras. Somebody asked Vivekananda, Swamiji, what is the importance of Vedas? Why should we study the Shastras? Vivekananda says, if you study the Shastras, all your faith, all your sincerity, everything will become so strong, nobody can shake your faith and sincerity. Otherwise, any fool can come and tell you what you are doing is superstitious things. And you will start thinking about it. You will start contemplating about it. Am I really doing superstitious things? Am I really following the right thing? What am I doing? You will start having doubts about yourself. You don't believe your faith. Please be very clear. You don't believe your belief. That's very important thing. Every human being should understand. You don't believe your belief. You may think you are believing something. You may think you have faith about something. But your faith or belief is not deep enough. It will not take you anywhere unless you have the foundation of intellectual conviction. Unless you have the deep foundation of Shastras, you will not be able to believe anything. I have seen the people who think they believe. Please be very clear. Even your emotions are not so deep. You think you have love. You think you believe. I see all kind of people. One man came and told me, Swamiji, I love the whole world. It is very easy. Again and again I tell people, to love the whole world is very easy. To love your wife is very difficult. That is where you are stuck. To love the whole world is very easy. You can always say, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. I feel the whole world is like my family, Swamiji. The problem is you don't feel in tune with your own family. You think you love. You don't really love. Our emotions are not deep. Our faith is not deep because we don't have the intellectual conviction. A man who don't have intellectual conviction, just faith, it can be shaken at any moment by anybody. Just one question is enough. He will be totally shocked. He can be shaken from the root. Shastras, the intellectual understanding, gives a base so that all your convictions, all your faith, all your belief can enter into your being and start working. Bhakti, devotion, is just an alchemy process. If a touchstone touches you, have you heard of this touchstone? Ramakrishna says beautifully. If a touchstone touches any metal, it will become gold. Just by a sparsha, just a touch is enough. Any metal will be converted into gold. Bhakti is a touchstone. The moment the bhakti touches you, simply you will become God. You will become divine. The problem is we never allow the bhakti to touch us. We never allow the devotion to work on us. We never allow the devotion to penetrate our being. We may think we want God, but we are continuously afraid of divine. You may think you want divine, but as long as it is very superficial, as long as things are under your control, things go well. The moment the devotion enters into your being and starts the process, you say, no, not that much, this is enough. I think that is too much for me. You stop at certain point. Your faith is just pseudo. A small story. One guy who lived throughout his life as atheist, he fell from a cliff and he was hanging, holding a small root, and slowly the root is also giving way. He started shouting, "Oh God, I never believed you, but now I believe you, please save me. Please save me, now I believe you." Heard a booming voice from heaven, said, "Oh my son, don't worry, I'll save you, just let go the root. Let go the root, I'll save you." Immediately he said, "Is there anybody else who can save me?" Our faith is just pseudo. Is there anybody else who can save me? God is only one choice for us. If you don't have any good movie on the TV, that day you go to the temple. If you don't have any other commitment, any other party, that day you think of going to the temple. God is only one more choice for us in our life. Till you have the intellectual conviction about the life, God will be just one more choice in your life. The spirituality will be just one more choice. You will just choose. It will be just one more shop. Walmart, McDonald's, spirituality. You will decide which shop should I enter. It will be just one more shop, nothing more than that. The basic need for the life is intellectual conviction. One guy was praying to Venkateshwara, "Oh Prabhu, give me $1 million. If you give $1 million, I'll put $200,000 in your hundi. If you don't believe me, deduct the 200,000 by yourself. Just give only 800,000. Our faith is only this much. Our spirituality is just game. As long as things go well, as long as things go according to your route, God is great. I have seen people, if they pass in their exams, they will break coconut. If they fail, they will break Ganesha. If they pass in their exams, they will break coconut for Ganapati, Ganesha. If they fail in the exam, they will break the Ganapati itself. Our faith is very pseudo. It is not life transforming. We don't allow the devotion to work on ourselves. There is a beautiful sloka in the scriptures of Vedanta. First thing which you need to do is Vijnanamaya Kosha Vedana. The translation of the English translation goes, clearing your intellect. You need to break, you need to open your intellect. You need to have a clear intellectual understanding about life, about spirituality, about everything. Shastras, scriptures gives you that intellectual clarity, intellectual understanding. If you see all the great devotees, great bhaktas, Chaitanya, Ramanuja, Madhva, all these great bhaktas, they had very strong intellectual base. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a great Nayayika philosopher. Nayayika means logic. He's a great philosopher of logic. Once you reach the height, peak of the logic, only then you fall in the valley of love. Only then you are qualified to fall in love. Unless you reach the heights of the logic, you are not qualified to fall in the valley of love. You can't fall in love unless you reach the peak of intellect. All the great masters, all the great devotees, they have reached the peak of intellect. They had a strong intellectual understanding. They had a strong Shastra base. Whether Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Madhva or Ramanuja, all these great masters of devotion, they had a strong intellectual base. The first category is scriptures, Shastras. Next comes Stotras. Stotra means expressing your experience. Expressing your experience or expressing your devotion, love to the master or the God, to the Guru or the God. Expressing your deep love is Stotra. You stand in front of the divine. You stand in front of the Lord and you recite your feeling, you express your feeling. Many people ask me, what is this, Swamiji? In your Hinduism you have idol worship. I tell them, no, Hinduism don't have idol worship. We don't worship the idol. We worship through the idol. Please understand. There is a very big difference between worshipping the idol and worshipping through the idol. When you stand in front of the God, when you stand in front of the idol, do you say, "Oh stone, please give me boon. Oh stone, please heal me. Oh stone, please save me"? No. You say, "Oh God, please save me. Oh Lord, please save me. Oh Prabhu, please save me." Please understand. We don't worship the idol. We worship through the idol. So what we are not doing is not idol worship. Hinduism don't have idol worship. We worship through the idol. In Vaishnavism, there is a beautiful word, Archavatara. Means the idol which is worshipped in the temple is called incarnation of God. Archavatara, incarnation of God. It is not just a stone. Incarnation means the divine descending on the planet Earth. Just like how we have all the incarnations. Here there are all these 10 incarnations, Dasavataras. Matsyavatara, Kurmavatara, Narasimhavatara, Vamana. All these avatars are there. Just like in incarnations, just like all these avatars. The stone or the idol which we worship in the temple is called Archavatara. We relate to the divine through the Vigraha, through the Murti. When you stand and pour yourself, it is called Stotra. All the songs of Alvars, Nayanmars, Meera, Chaitanya, all these songs written by the great devotees, these are called Stotras. And people always come and ask me, "Swamiji, sometime I don't feel like chanting these stotras. Should I do it mechanically if I feel, even if I don't feel like doing it, should I do it?" I tell them, do it. 1 or 2 days you may feel little mechanical, but I tell you, the moment you start enjoying the meaning, the moment you start understanding, it will become your being, it will become your feeling. When you express your heart, it becomes stotra. The next thing is sutra. Sutra is a kind of literature which gives you a technique to reach the enlightenment which is showed by the Shastras, to reach the devotion, the ultimate bhakti which is expressed by stotras. Shastras are from intellectual level, stotras are from emotional level, sutras are from being level. There are 3 kinds of human beings who are head oriented, who are heart oriented, who are being oriented. To fulfill every kind of human being, our rishis have created three kind of literatures. Enlightened people have created three kind of literatures: Shastra, Stotra and Sutra.